Ziggo Dome, Amsterdam. This is Group Therapy 200.
Hello, Amsterdam. I am a lucky man because I get to welcome you to ABGT at this incredible Ziggo Dome. And it's gonna be quite the night. We've got Yotto, we got Grum, we got Bluestone and Bayer, and to close off, we're gonna have Jason Ross. But for now, to open the stage, we have one of our great friends and Amsterdam's finest, Cubicolor. thank everyone tuning in online and on the radio around the world. It really feels like things are getting going now with the stage opened. It's going to be such a big night here, and we're happy to have you here with us.
We certainly are, Parvo. Having celebrated our 100th show at Madison Square Garden, which, as you know, isn't really a garden. Then we were at ABGT 150 at the All Phones Arena in Sydney, which I was disappointed to find wasn't made of any cellular devices whatsoever. We're here at the Ziggerdome, which, sadly, is the least dome-shaped building I've ever seen. It is, however, a fantastically impressive cube with an amazing sound system and, more importantly, thousands of people pouring into the main room to join us for our biggest group therapy birthday party ever.
Yeah, everybody out there right now and all of you listening are certainly in for a treat tonight as well, with a stacked lineup of Anjuna favourites on the way. Opening proceedings on stage is Ariane from Cubicolor, who you'll also know as one half of the legendary 16-bit Lolitas duo. It's actually a really special month for Ariane and his partners in crime, Peter and Tim, as they celebrate the release of Cubicolor's debut artist album, Brain Sugar. What an amazing album that is too. It's definitely one of my favourite albums of the year. If you take away one thing from tonight, go and get that album or listen to it on Spotify, wherever your poison is.
You're much more than right. I love that album as well, and it's nice how the guys sort of have that almost Radiohead kind of edge,
yeah.
But I've really taken it to a new level. And we're lucky also that we've got a little bit of Finnish talent here tonight. We have a guy called Otto Yli-Perttula. I think some of you might know him as Yotto. And he's going on after Cubicolor, and it's actually going to be his ABGT debut here tonight.
Making his second appearance at one of these ABGT birthday parties, Scotland's finest export takes to the stage at midnight as we pass you over to Graham Shepherd, a.k.a. Grum, bridging the gap between all things Anjuna Deep and Beats. He's been one of our most enjoyable and exciting warm-up DJs on a number of recent tours, and I'm always excited to hear what he has in store. And then at 1 o'clock in the morning local time, three chaps called Above and Beyond hit the stage for 2 hours of the latest recipes from our Anjuna kitchen. Some you'll know, some you won't, but hopefully there'll be plenty of future classics in the making tonight.
Yeah. The final 2 hours of tonight's broadcast showcase three of our favourite musicians who continue to impress us with every release. For the first time on air, Ilan Bluestone and Andrew Bayer go back-to-back in the mix. And I hear there might be a cheeky collaboration on the way from them too. Closing the show tonight is another artist who's long overdue an ABGT milestone, Jason Ross. He's contributed plenty of tracks to our DJ sets over the last few years, and tonight for that matter. Thankfully he let us have a few, so I'm looking forward to hearing those later.
So we got all the amazing music to come, plus the latest headlines in the world of Anjuna and Above and Beyond, interviews with the artists playing tonight, and maybe you'll spot some Anjuna family members who've made the journey to be with us here in Amsterdam. I know so many of you travelled far and wide to be here tonight, so thank you for that. But more on that and how you can get involved in the show to come in a bit. But I think that's enough from us now. Let's get back to the stage. You're in the mix with Cubicolor.
Welcome back to our broadcasting hub here at the Ziggo Dome in Amsterdam. I'm going to leave our radio broadcasting table. For those of you on the video stream, you'll see me walking into the green room. Some very important features in this room. On this side of the room, we've assembled all of our staff from our London, Los Angeles and Paris offices. They're going to be streaming all your messages coming in tonight. Don't forget that all-important handbag, ABGT, as modelled by my assistant Duncan here. And on this side of the room, we have some comfy chairs where we're going to be interviewing some of the artists who are appearing on the show tonight and some people who've just popped in, like Zoe Johnston there. So it's all going to be a little bit different. We'll be more from this room a bit later on, but let's go back to the main room now.
It really feels like stars have aligned with that sunshine over the last 2 days, and so many people traveling to Amsterdam and seeing the city in such beautiful light. We've had so many amazing memories in Amsterdam, you know, like even going back to Trance Energy, as of 500, and sort of really big moments. But I think this might just top them all. Who knows? We'll see. But this is Above and Beyond, and we're coming to you live from one of the dance music capitals of the world. It's called Amsterdam.
Ah, Amsterdam. As many of you will know, the Netherlands has had a long and fruitful relationship with electronic music, spawning many big DJs, record labels and events. And for the three of us, this country and its inhabitants have contributed greatly to our success over the years. We did our first publishing deal, stoned, in a restaurant in Amsterdam, a night I'll never remember.
Yeah, it really is a fantastic destination for those travelling in from over 70 countries, apparently, guys. You realise that?
Crazy.
Yeah,
absolutely crazy.
All here for ABGT 200 tonight. I love the sort of international flavour we generate with this show, with people flying in from the UK and Ireland, USA, Argentina, India, Canada, and there are even 8 people, apparently, from American Samoa tonight. Can you
Don't
believe
even know where that is.
Well, there you go. There's a first. That is a first, I think. But as long as you can ride a bike, I'd say Amsterdam's sort of a pretty friendly city to be in, wouldn't you?
It is. And as the Venice of the North, the whole city is threaded with canals. We got a chance to see the city by boat yesterday as we took a trip round the famous waterways with some of the other artists joining us on the show tonight. You'll be hearing interviews from that trip a little later on as well.
Yeah, me and Jason Ross went up the Amsterdam Tower and saw the whole city from above as well. And with that beautiful weather, it was an awesome way to start our time here. But we've got so much more and all of that still to look forward to tonight. But I think we should go back to the stage and some new music from tonight's local act. You are in the mix with Cubicolor.
Still remember
This is ABGT 200, live from the Ziggo Dome, Amsterdam.
I'm up here high on a gantry above the arena at the Ziggo Dome in Amsterdam. I've come to check out our opening act, Cubicolor. I think he's doing a pretty good job. I was very lucky enough to go on a boat ride with Ariane yesterday, and we had a little chat. And I started out by asking what it was like to grow up in Holland.
At one point, the party started, I think, the rave parties, and there was a lot of hardcore as well. And you had the distinction between mellow and gabber back in the days.
Right.
And, in the beginning, I was a little bit inclined a little bit more towards the harder stuff, but not anymore.
Not anymore. Well, I mean, obviously a new album is quite a departure from anything gabber and hardcore. So you have a new album, Brain Sugar. We played the title track on the radio show last time I did it. Fantastic. How did you start working with Tim Bigby Bell?
We had one record we made, and actually we released it on Fire. And we want to have a vocal for it, so we had a few singers do some stuff on it. We were not convinced about it, so we kept on searching, and at one point we got Tim with the text Falling on it, and we're like, yeah, this sounds pretty good. So we rebuilt the track a little bit from the instrumental towards the vocal, and that's what Falling became. So Falling became really big, and we're like, yeah, why don't we make an album that falls a little bit into the same category of good vocals, melancholic, with an electronic touch. And that is what Brain Sugar is. Yeah,
it's fantastic. I mean, it's full of, as you say, melancholic, plaintive, beautiful songs. I mean, I like a bit of a sad song, so I'm delighted to have more of that stuff on the label. Fantastic. That was Ariane from Cubicolor in an interview we recorded yesterday on a boat in Amsterdam. That's what he sounds like live. This is what he sounds like playing some of the tracks from his new album, Brain Sugar.
It's so great we were able to open our show this year with some local talent. And from a country that's produced so many great electronic music stars, this man is one of the brightest. Ariane from Cubicolor.